You've heard of Austin 316? Owens 316 says, I'm gonna do whatever you say, Shane. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog who always tells it like it is. Some time ago, I compared Becky Lynch to Stone Cold Steve Austin in that she doesn't seem to care what role she plays in the women's division as long as she has the gold around her waist. But of course, she didn't go full Austin 316 on us. Yes, she's willing to whoop the ass of any woman who comes her way, and she pretty much does what she pleases, but at least she hasn't started drinking cans of ale or sticking her middle finger up at opponents. And she hasn't copied any of Austin's moves, unlike a certain Canadian named Kevin Owens. After years of being a heel and getting fired from one brand and another, Owens finally decided to try life as a face for once. But if he's trying to emulate Austin with his loud screaming against the authority figures of the WWE and, more importantly, by trading his trusty pop-up powerbomb for a stunner, it ain't working. Austin, as stated, rose against authority violently most times. He wouldn't hesitate to stun Mr. and Shane McMahon multiple times to get his point across. He also wasn't afraid to get fined, suspended, or even fired because somehow, some way, he would always find his way back into the ring and into the spotlight. Yeah, admittedly, he had some friends in high places like Linda and, at times, Stephanie to get him to rub it in Vinny's face, but most times he just did what he did and damn the consequences of his actions. Owens, not so much. Oh, he started out rather Austin-like. He shouted to the masses about the unfairness of the self-proclaimed best in the world, Shane McMahon, and his abuse of power all during this year. Even though countless mics had been cut off while he held it, he still kept shouting, and he challenged Shane to a match where, had he lost, he would have been fired. Despite overwhelming odds, especially guest ref Elias, Owens won. But what should have humbled Shane only solidified his resolve to make Owens pay. He claimed that since Owens put his hands on an official, he'd be fined $100,000. Yet Elias, who himself put a ref out of the ring as Owens was about to win, gets off scot-free, and even costs Owen a match the following Tuesday. Oh, and is rewarded the 24/7 championship because Shane can just suspend the rule whenever he wants. And what's more, Shane wasn't done with Owens. He said that touching an official would lead to his immediate expulsion from the WWE. And then, in the King of the Ring first round match against Elias, Owens was screwed again by Shane in a ref outfit. And Owens, he just took it. Just stood there, punching at the air in frustration, wondering just what the hell he was going to do. If Owens were like Austin, in more than just a finishing move, he'd rail against Shane and Elias and anyone else in Shane's circle of trust. He'd find some way to take each of them out without anyone knowing how. He'd cause such chaos in the back that Shane would hide away, wondering where or when he'd strike next. And when would he finally get his comeuppance? Now, I get it, I guess. You know, Owens has a family to think of, right? But so did Austin in his heyday. He had 3 daughters to provide for in the late 90s. But that never stopped him from tearing the McMahon family and their corporate ministry from limb to limb on a regular basis. He lived by 3 simple steps. Arrive, raise hell, leave. It is not arrive, take abuse, leave. Owens doesn't deserve to use Austin's move if he's just going to sit back and take this abuse. At this rate, he'll never win another match again. And if you go by kayfabe, losers always get a lesser share of the prize money. And even if he doesn't, Owens will never get a title opportunity again, and as such, never get the prestige of holding and defending any belt. Shane will keep putting him down until he's forced to leave the WWE for good. That is not what Stone Cold Steve Austin would do. If you want to be worthy of doing the stunner, Owens, do something. Find someone to fight by your side and fight with you. Go to the official's office and get them to go on strike until Elias and Shane stop doing their job. Or hell, just stun Elias out of nowhere and start fighting behind the scenes to make Shane more worried about you than you are about him. Throughout the history of the WWE, superstars have been the target of abuse by authority figures. And inevitably, karma comes around to take a big, juicy bite out of their asses when someone decides that enough is enough. Kevin Owens, if you're half the Austin wannabe people claim you are, get off your fat rump and do something, regardless of the cost. It's time you truly asked yourself, WWSCD, what would Stone Cold do? I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blog who always tells it like it is. See ya.